Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Clan. Today we'll be talking about a number of exciting Hedera Hashgraph use cases and news of Hedera being a leading player in the tokenized security industry. Hedera Hashgraph has announced a partnership with the micropayments platform Drop. Drop offers the ability for merchants to implement their micropayment platform to enable merchants to overcome limitations associated with current legacy payment systems. In current payment infrastructure, transaction fees are costly and unpredictable. The settlement process associated with these legacy systems are slow and are associated with poor transaction throughputs, especially when processing relatively low fees. Drop has leveraged Hedera's Hashgraph consensus service to implement desired characteristics for a micropayment system, whereby Drop will leverage Hedera's consensus service to provide a number of features, including high throughput rates, whereby transaction finality can be achieved in 3 to 5 seconds. Drop will also implement Hedera's ability to enable the processing of 10,000 transactions plus per second. This would be highly advantageous, especially when processing potentially numerous microtransactions. Hedera Hashgraph also offers low predictable transaction costs, whereby transaction fees can amount to $0.001 per transaction. This is in contrast to legacy systems, whereby transaction costs typically amount to 4% per transaction, namely when using MasterCard or Visa payment methods. Drop's leveraging of Hedera's Hashgraph technology could also open markets up to new payment methods such as pay-per-use and micro-subscriptions. As well as the benefits experienced by merchants, consumers will also benefit from the micropayment model provided by Drop, whereby sign-up procedures will be more affordable and instantaneous. The music, asset tokenization and payment infrastructure platform Tune FM has built its system on Hedera Hashgraph's network. Tune FM solves inefficiencies in the music and streaming industry, whereby artists are generally underpaid for the sharing of their music. Tune FM enables artists to publish their music for free, while listeners pay directly using a fungible token issued on Hedera called Jam. This payment model cuts out several costly intermediaries found in today's music streaming business models, which is synonymous with platforms such as Spotify. Tune FM has turned to Hedera Hashgraph as its public distributed ledger of choice for the issuance, management and transfer of its native fungible Jam token and exclusive NFTs minted by artists which use the Tune FM platform. Tune FM will implement Hedera's token service due to the platform's low transaction costs and low minting fees for NFTs. It costs $1 to mint an NFT on the Hedera token service. This is in contrast to Ethereum, where the minting of NFTs can cost between $9 and $55. Hedera's performance and low predictable fees enable economically feasible micropayments in Jam, while also reducing costs associated with the issuance and transfer of non-fungible tokens that represent unique content created by artists. The growing number of partnerships Hedera is engaged in has led to Hedera being one of the leading players in the tokenization of securities in the world. Tokenized securities can represent a number of assets, including shares in a company, real estate, art collectibles and many more assets. Tokenization brings a number of benefits to securities compared to traditional security marketplaces. Benefits of tokenizing securities include low fees, whereby the tokenization of securities can remove intermediaries involved in the transfer of securities. The use of the Hedera platform will bring a number of notable benefits to the industry, namely Hedera's low transaction fees, whereby fees can amount to $0.001 per transaction. Furthermore, Hedera's high finality rate will lead to tokenized security trade that can be settled in 3 to 5 seconds. This is in contrast to the trade of securities in a traditional sense, whereby it takes 3 working days to settle a transaction. Thus, Hedera's DLT platform will enable for increases in the seamlessness and efficiency of security trade. Hedera's token service will also enable the potential for fractional ownership of such securities, whereby parties can acquire a percentage of ownership of a security through the use of NFTs. Hedera is an optimal platform for such services due to the low fees associated with the minting of NFTs. The use of Hedera for the tokenization of securities will lead to increases in liquidity in security marketplaces. The increase in liquidity provided by the Hedera consensus service will lead to invariable increases in transactions taking place on Hedera. This in turn will lead to increases in the demand for HBAR tokens. Thus, HBAR token prices will increase, with Wall Street beginning to implement technologies to aid in the tokenization of securities. More organizations, namely high net worth entities, may look to Hedera's consensus service to build a securities marketplace. With over 1.5 billion transactions already occurring on the Hedera consensus service, coupled with Hedera having a number of large corporate partners, Hedera could be highly attractive for more organizations to build their platform on. What are your thoughts on Hedera's updates? What price could HBAR reach by the end of the year? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching the video, we hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next video.